So, John, coming out the 23rd of January 2026, so we're only a month away exactly from when we've recorded this, actually. It's Border 2, and this is going to be a teaser, and it's starring Sunny Deol in there, Varun D
Not
as
Bobby.
well, John. Yeah. Yeah, not Bobby, Sunny. We've made that mistake before, John, but this is coming from T-Series, so hopefully this trailer reaction will see the light of day, but yeah, looking forward to seeing what this is about.
Yeah, Stephen Varun, the one. Seen him in Coolie #1, I think, and a couple of other things. I think he was in Stree as well. We've seen a couple of things he's been in, certainly reactions to trailers and whatnot. So that's a name that I know. Sunny Deol. Don't know him as well as Bobby. We've seen films with Bobby, full-fledged performances, but by all accounts a well-respected guy, a leading man as well. So haven't seen the original film. Got no idea what this is about, getting in blind. That's the way we like it though, Stephen, because that means we can reverse engineer. If we like what we see, come back and watch the original one and set ourselves up for the sequel coming out. We did it with Family Man, we watched the whole thing. Now we're on track. We've done it with other things as well. Murjapur reacted to trailers, went back and watched the actual series, I was about to say films. Panchayat. So we've done it time and again. And we'll do it again if we like this. If we don't, we'll forget about it. With that out of the way, copyright. Any issues with copyright, guys, you can go to the link description, and I was Yorkshire there. I turned into a Yorkshireman there. You can go to a link in description. You can go to a link in description. You can go to the link in the description for our Patreon. That's how we circumvent. It'll be free to watch over there. Stephen, shall we press play though? And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Play. Play. Bastard. This is what I want to. Spitfires. तुम जहां से भी घुसने की कोशिश करोगे, आसमान से, जमीन से, समुंदर से, Spitfires. सामने एक हिंदुस्तानी फौजी खड़ा पाओगे. जो आंखों में आंखें डालकर सीना ठोक के कहेगा, हिम्मत है तो आ, ये खड़ा है हिंदुस्तान. जानी चाहिए. कहां तक? कहां तक? कहां तक? I was going to sing that then, I got it wrong.
Yeah, John, looked great. It did really look impressive. I mean, some of the shots look quite heavy CG, but I'm not going to nitpick here because there's a story to be told there, based on true events, of course, as it mentioned in the trailer. Very boots to the ground as well in terms of the way it's shot, which it's we're always impressed with. Films that involve conflict. War films, whatever you want to call it, when it is at that sort of level, that sort of boots to the ground level storytelling, and you're getting that in this trailer. You're seeing some relationships. Obviously, there's not a lot of dialogue, but you're going to be sort of focusing on certain individuals, and becoming attached to them as well. But in terms of presentation, I loved this. I loved that score. I thought it was fantastic. and cinematically looks really impressive.
Yeah, did they say to Till Lahore, which is a city in Pakistan? Stephen, I find it really interesting that with these sort of patriotic military kind of films, Indian films, that it's always Pakistan who's the enemy, which is understandable because they're essentially in, it's even a Cold War. They're in an active kind of hostile confrontation with Pakistan at the moment, obviously Kashmir and historical events. But it's almost like the US movies from, 15, 20 years ago, or even 30 years ago, when it was Cold War stuff, Hunt for Red October, all the other kind of things, Bridge of Spies and whatnot. But it's kind of borderline propaganda films against the Soviets and Russia.
More than anything, isn't it? I mean, especially if the film's coming out of a certain country, they're going to tell it from their point of view. So I don't really hold it against them in that sense, John. I mean, I'm pretty sure, for our sort of point of view, Braveheart, we've seen it from a Scottish perspective. We're not seeing it from any other.
The English were absolute bastards. Absolute rapey, invading bastards. That's a fact. Edward Longshanks was a fucking bellend of the highest magnitude. And to be fair, Stephen, I'm not well versed enough in the conflict with Pakistan and India to understand the sort of minutiae of what's going on. I don't know who's right or wrong. I don't know if there is a right or wrong, but I understand that they both have got an active... Look, I'm good friends with a guy from India. He had strong views on Pakistan. He had strong views on a lot of things, and he didn't hold back. And I respect that. I respect when people have got values and beliefs and they stick by them. And look, you're seeing that in the films. In terms of the actual trailer, I mean, it looks very action-based. It's obviously really character-based as well. It seems like 2 or 3 characters, primarily. You've got different theatres of conflict. You've got sort of Air Force, you've got the Navy, you've got the boots-on-the-ground tank kind of guy. An artillery kind of guy as well. So maybe 3 or 4 main characters who are representing different regiments of the army. And they're telling this story, I don't know, human story of the different facets of the Indian army. And also this conflict. So it's intriguing. There's an intriguing story going on there. I just find it really interesting. It's always Pakistan who's the villain. It's never like fucking Kazakhstan or Azerbaijan, or I don't know, fucking New Zealand, Scotland. It's also one thing. So I always find that really interesting. But
I think if it's based on true events, so they're mining off obviously historical events, I suppose. And I mean, these things shouldn't be buried. And you mentioned it, John, in terms of sides. We've watched enough war films over our lifetime to know that there's never a winner when it comes to war.
And we've watched enough propaganda American films to realise that they certainly tell a fanciful story about history. Conveniently forget what the Soviet Union did in World War II and how they actually single-handedly stopped the invasion of the Nazis in Stalingrad. And it was that indefatigability stopping them in the outskirts of Moscow that turned the war. Because they didn't have access to raw materials and oil. And they were subsequently pushed back, primarily by the Red Army, by the way, but obviously with the Americans and the Brits and the French and whatnot. But they like to whitewash that in America and tell a really bastardised version of history. So, it's interesting how when you're dealing with wars and historical events, so, you're going to get one side of the story and the other side is usually a little bit caricature. But look, it looks all right.
Yeah.
Looks interesting enough. Time will tell. I don't know how good Border was, the original. And also we'll see how this one does, and that'll determine whether it's something perhaps to go back and watch. I don't know. What's your thoughts though on Border 2, the teaser? Thoughts on the story, on the concept, on the historical events, on Pakistan? On our reactions, your thoughts down below in the comments section. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and that'll get notifications. Funnily enough, that's how it works. And until the next time, all that's left to be said is thank you for watching this, and bye-bye.